angular momentum or moment of linear momentum. Just like there is a physical quantity called as moment of force. See this figure. This is a spanner. Radius means this length of the spanner is r. When we apply the force at one end of the spanner, then spanner rotates about this center of rotation. Then this r becomes the radius of that circular motion. This physical quantity which produces this rotational motion is moment of force or torque, and that moment of force is given by this formula. We have already seen this formula, that is Rf sin theta. R is the distance between center of rotation and the point of action, that point where the force is applied. F is the force applied and theta is angle between this R and F. In same way, if we replace this force by momentum, linear momentum, then we will get the formula Rp sin theta, and that quantity is called as moment of linear momentum or angular momentum. Just like when force is multiplied by R, then it is moment of force. In the same way, if the momentum, linear momentum, is multiplied by R, then it becomes moment of linear momentum, or you can say moment of momentum or angular momentum. And we can write formula for that angular momentum like this: L, angular momentum, r is this distance, and p is linear momentum. Instead of this force, now we have taken p. Theta is same angle between r and p. That is, this quantity is called as angular momentum. Just like torque is written in scalar form in this way: vector t equal to vector r cross vector f. Similarly, this angular momentum can also be written in vector form, and that equation will be vector r cross vector p. Its magnitude will be given by Rp sin theta. See this figure. This O is center of rotation, this vertical line is axis of rotation, and particle is moving along this circumference of a circle with radius r. P is linear momentum, which is tangential to the circle. R is radius. Then this Rp into sine of this angle is called as angular momentum, and its direction is same as angular velocity along the axis. It is parallel to the axis of rotation. That direction is shown here. You can also show the direction of angular momentum at center along the axis of rotation perpendicular to the plane of circle. This means that quantity in rotational mechanics analogous to linear momentum is angular momentum or moment of linear momentum. That is given by vector r cross vector p. In scalar form, its magnitude is Rp sin theta. Theta is generally 90 degree. Theta is the smaller angle between r and p. This r and p linear momentum, that is theta is angle between this radius vector and this linear momentum. Now we know linear momentum is given by the formula P equal to m into v. Similarly, this angular momentum will be given by analogous formula, and that formula will be L equal to I omega. How we get this equation? We know mass is a physical quantity in translational motion. Analogous quantity in rotational motion is moment of inertia, and v is linear velocity in translational motion, and analogous quantity in rotational motion is omega. Therefore, when we replace this m by I, moment of inertia, and this linear velocity v by angular velocity omega, then we get this angular momentum, which is analogous to this linear momentum. Now we have to prove that formula. We have to prove this expression. L equal to I omega. Now first we will prove that for single particle system. It is very simple. Suppose this particle is rotating about this axis of rotation and performing circular motion along the circumference of a circle with radius r. P is momentum of the particle. then moment of momentum is given by rp sine theta. Now in this case theta is 90 degree and sine 90 is 1. If we keep this value of sine 90 equal to 1 in above equation, we get this equation. Now we know p is equal to mass into velocity. Therefore keep that value here. Linear momentum is mass into velocity, and linear velocity is given by r omega, relation between angular velocity and linear velocity that we have already seen. So we have kept the value of phi equal to r omega, we get this equation. This r into r becomes r square, and therefore we get new equation mr square omega. But this mr square is a product of mass and square of distance, which is moment of inertia. Therefore we can write this equation. So we get L equal to I omega. L equal to I omega. Now we have to prove that for multi-particle system. Now suppose the body consists of number of particles. O is center of rotation, and body consists of different particles of masses m1, m2, m3 up to mn. Their distances from center of rotation are r1, r2, r3, rn. Their linear velocities, which are perpendicular to r1, because linear velocity is always tangential to the circular path, and tangent to the circle and radius, they are always perpendicular to each other. v1, v2, v3, vn are their linear velocities. Then momentum of first particle, linear momentum of first particle will be given by p1 is equal to m1 v1, but v1 equal to r1 omega, relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Now note that we have not written omega 1, because though the different particles are at different distances from center of rotation, their linear velocities are different, but their angular velocity is the same, because angular velocity is rate of change of angular displacement. It is related with angle. Therefore all the particles rotate through same angle in same time. Therefore omega is the same for all the particles. Keep the value of v1 in this equation, and we get the new step, that is p1 equal to m1 r1 square omega. Now moment of momentum is given by L equal to rp sine theta, but theta is 90. For first particle it will be L1 equal to r1 p1. Keep that value of p1 from this equation in this equation. We get L1 equal to r1, this r1 as it is, p1, that p1 m1 r1 omega. Now this r1 becomes r1 square, and we get the next step m1 r1 square omega. This is angular momentum of first particle of mass m1. Similarly angular momentum of second particle will be given by, just like L1 equal to m1 r1 square omega, similarly L2 will be m2 r2 square omega for second particle, and for third particle it will be m3 r3 square omega, and for last particle it will be Ln is equal to mn rn square omega. Total angular momentum of entire body will be sum of all these angular momenta, L1, L2, L3, Ln. So we get total angular momentum. Now keep values of L1, L2, L3, we get next step. In all these steps omega is common, in all these terms omega is common, so take omega common, we get new step. Now this quantity in bracket, that is nothing but moment of inertia. In sigma notation we can write sigma m I r I square, I runs from 1 to n. Now this quantity is nothing but moment of inertia, product of mass and square of distance. So write I here, and we get L equal to I omega. This is the proof of expression for angular momentum, L equal to I omega. Thank you.